What up, YouTube? It's your boy Fresh, and I'm showing you what I do during the COVID 19 breakout. I still have a job just because I am an essential worker. So, what I'm doing is showing you what I do on the daily for about a couple hours. Right now, I'm loosening the drain plug. I think it's a Ford F-150. I'm just taking my time right now with it, getting familiar with the truck, making sure I got a good angle so you guys can see what's going on right now. And I apologize about the camera angle. I did this on my phone. So hopefully you can see everything clearly and it's not all crazy distorted. So right now, I just put on the drain plug, tightened the drain plug, and torqued it down. We already did a drain out before the video was started because it started the video after I already drained it, and it was a topside filter. So the topside technician took off the oil filter and I drained it on the bottom and I tightened it, and I was just waiting on them to call for seconds. That's the drain plug I just took off and took back on after I drained it, and that's the filter. Basically, seconds is ensuring that I did put on the drain plug and torqued it down to the exact foot-pounds. Meaning, if that car starts up and all that oil moves around, it will not eject that drain plug and spill oil everywhere. It's properly torqued down to 30 foot-pounds, meaning it is perfect within manufacturer standards, and you don't have to worry about any frame oil on this vehicle. Everything's getting wiped down. Everything's looking nice. Just waiting on them to call that. And I'm just kicking back. Actually, right now, this moment, I'm just sitting back just thinking, it is really, really slow right now. But I sped it up a little bit, so I don't have to wait forever. And as you see, bam, I hit the drain plug, tighten it. It's good to go. Checking my angles again on my camera, and yeah, always stay protected, especially down underneath the car. So this is the same car, just a different angle. All I did is wipe down the drain plug, the oil pan, make sure the gasket was wiped, make sure there's no frame oil, everything's looking good. Get my proper call out, 1, 2, 3, looking good to go. I just like to keep everything clean. I like to be a clean worker. I don't know about everybody else, but for me, I like to keep it clean. So I'm just wiping everything down when my camera's getting a little blurry. I did put my oily ass fingers on my camera. Good thing that I have a Samsung Galaxy S8, because I promptly threw that thing in a soap and water sink right after taking these video angles discreetly, and I was getting my dance on because I really feeling myself. I've been listening to like blues music all day, and just vibing, trying to stay positive during this outbreak and keep everybody else positive, and basically keep my team positive, because there's maybe 13, 14 of us, all have families, all have kids, and we still got to make a living out here. And I'm glad we can provide a service for the community, especially during these troubling times. I've been through 2 fires out here in California, survived that. During this COVID, we survived in that. So it's more of a boredom type thing, more than anything. But I'm just glad I can be of service, and I'm happy to help. So we're doing a second check call. Bam, showing that I have the drain plug tight, show the gasket and the old filter to ensure that the new filter is inputted in there. Put it on my tools away. That's the tool I was using, the 30 foot-pounds. Making sure I put everything away, wipe everything down. come over, I double check my work. Like to make sure I have everything good. I wipe the rail down. That whole rail right there is both rails accumulate so much oil on both sides. It's just crazy. Alright, I'm throwing that in the waste bucket. Now the vehicle is on. So I'm moving my camera over to a better angle so you can see underneath the vehicle. And before I do anything else, I always like to close the pit cover and make sure that the pit is closed all the way. That way, if that vehicle goes over any of the rails and drops down, at least I'm protected a little bit, as opposed to not being protected. So now, if y'all will join me over here. Sorry about the weird angles. I'm just trying to get y'all to see. I wasn't really saying nothing right there. It just gets really hot down there. Get really hot and sweaty. But what I like to do in between cars and make sure I have my whole area clean. As you can see, that table was spick and span. I did that. This is my work area right here. We have 3 bays, 3 different filters put in the car for each bay. We have our own fast wrench, belt wrench, like typical oil mechanic stuff, preventative maintenance. And now you're going to get that angle for the car pulling out right about now, I think. Yeah. So I just leave my phone right here. It might take a little bit. I sped up the other process. I didn't speed this one up, but there you go. Good to go. Showing you I do my good job right there. You pay the big bucks. Not playing. So, just, another day's work. Now we're on a Jeep Cherokee. They just pulled in. I cleaned up everything. Got all the other filters out the way. Right now I'm sitting down underneath the car on the side of the bay underneath the concrete. As you can see right here, that's the oil pan I'm pointing at. And that little white thing right there is your oil filter. This one didn't have a skid plate. A skid plate basically blocks the bottom of the car. So no rocks or debris or water, things can splash up in there. I thought it was a VO88. That's the number for the filter going on the vehicle. That was my guesstimation, but you shall shortly see if I was correct or if I wasn't correct. Yeah, I created my helmet, so I had a little inside thing. I'm not a gangbanger. All I had was a rag. I didn't want to use the regular shop rag, so I had a bandana, and I just wanted to tie it inside of my bump cap so that my dreads didn't get all oily and my head doesn't, get injured being under their vehicles doing oil changes. It's actually kind of hot today, so underneath that shirt and jacket, I was sweating really bad. Even though it's a bay with like air breezing through both sides, it gets pretty hot downstairs. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm down there just getting that good camera angle, taking my time, waiting on them to call out whatever they need to call out upstairs so that I can open this pit up and get the cracking. One thing I like to do is locate the oil filter in the pan first. Boom, got that. Then there's 3 hooks that take off, snap, run it back. Whew. Just like that is how I like to do. Was it a VO88? Nah. It was a VO58. That's, it happens. It's life. So, just roll with the punches. What I'm doing right now, I'm sliding the belly back to catch all that oil that's going to come up out of this Jeep. And if I remember correctly, this one had some hot oil. And I'm glad I had those big old yellow duck gloves, because that oil was so hot I could feel it through the gloves. So I don't know if you'll see it. Okay, right there, I just tapped the drain plug. It takes 2 hits usually. Okay, got that going, got that going. Now, as you see, watch, it's gonna hit my hand. You know, believe if I'm correct, because I didn't pre-watch the footage. I slide it back and then I put my hand. I always bring my hand back and snap it back and wipe it with the shop rag. Mainly just to like keep the heat from getting on my hand, or I just like to keep clean in between cars. So right there, I'm just getting the residuals off my hand. Now I'm trying to give you this good angle, and I don't know if you can see any heat coming from that thing, but yeah, it was hot, definitely hot. I'm over there trying to get you like the real good angle so you could actually see, and maybe actually hear a little bit because I left the ambient sound in the back. You can actually see and actually hear that oil draining out. And you know what's funny? It always reminds me of like camping. You know, when I hear the oil dripping out, it reminds me of going to the woods and just, you know, putting up a tent and camping and hearing that running brook all night. I don't know. That's where I'm like, maybe motors and auto mechanics was the way to go for me. I don't know. Mechanical engineering, something like that. I like working with my hands and figuring things out and, you know, studying, taking tests. Just to get up to this point right here, I didn't even know how to do any oil changes before I got this job. And I mean, as you can see right now, I'm over here rocking it, doing what I gotta do, doing my thing. Wiping everything down, making sure it's clean. Oh yeah. Yeah, I got it down now, so I just hold that towel there because it was dripping lightweight, not to land on my head or my neck. I ended up getting a little splash in my ear, which kind of sucked. It wasn't hot no more, but I got the splash in my ear. And right after I got off work, I had to just go home and just hop in that shower, wash my hair out, because I was just like, oh, freaking out. Because I'd be freaking out about that mainly. Excuse me. I'll be freaking out about that mainly, just getting anything up in my hair and having that saturate up in there because I have dreads. So just something I think about. Maybe I shouldn't be thinking about it. I don't know. So this one I torqued it down to try to get a good angle, 30 foot-pounds, and it was actually 20. So I was like 20, 25 foot-pounds. So I torqued it. Right. So I got it. Boom. Torque really easy. So I think it was actually 30 pounds. Get my little call ups. Told them no frames oil, and 0 fittings lube. Boom, filter and gasket. Go ahead and put some oil up in that thing with some authority. So, you know, wiping everything down, making sure it's all nice, spick and span. So clean that you can eat a rib dinner off the bottom of your car if it was flipped over. That's how clean I'm trying to get that thing. You know what I mean? Like for a family reunion, we all tap dancing on a wooden, nice, clean floor. That's how clean that your oil pan need to be. Not no dirty, no engine leaks, none of that. So, this for the last part to show y'all. This is what we do. I pop a hole in the spent frame or oil filter, in the spent oil filter. I put a hole in it to drain the rest of the oil up out of there before I go recycle it. And they're basically like topside filters, but held in a metal can. All right, I had to get that out. Like, subscribe, comment if you like this kind of video. I had to throw something together because I really want to make a video. And thank you for watching. Hope you want to subscribe. See you later.